These two have been playing for more than 2 hours.
And on we go. The button with Pascal Perrault, and he'll be first to speak with the ace of diamonds and the six of spades. Looks like he's counting a few chips out to raise. Small raise here.
8,500, King Queen.
It's a good hand, but now this might be a test for Peter.
Calls. Ace-6 against King Queen. Each with a diamond and a spade.
Here's a flop. Oh, well, there we go.
There's a straight.
Absolutely the nut straight. Peter Gunnarsson's flopped. Let's see how he wants to play it. 9-10 Jack Queen King. Decided, by the look of it, that his opponent won't know he's made it. So I'll just make a sizable bet and hope my aggressive opponent tries to take me off it. Let's see. That's what he's hoping for. No, Pascal doesn't rise to the bait.
Good fold from Pascal.
When we say the nut straight, it's the best possible straight with the cards available at the moment. So, you know, he was hoping there that Pascal had sort of try and represent the hand he was actually got. So, thoughtful play from Peter there, not too bad. But as he knows, it can soon change again. So Pascal on the small blind now. Set of hearts, 9 of spades.
So he calls, makes it up to the big blind, and Peter declines the option to raise, simply checks. We'll see the flop. And he's hit a straight.
Yep, and Pascal's hit a straight as well, hasn't he? But he won't know that he's not made the nut straight. In other words, the bigger straight's sitting there against him, so this should be interesting.
Peter checked. Pascal bet 3,000, excuse me. Is Peter going to?
Yeah, I think he is, and I can virtually predict what Pascal's going to do when he does it. I think he's going to make some sort of raise, and then Pascal will re-raise him. But we'll see.
Peter raises 10. The bet's 13,000.
I go all in.
There you go.
Pascal's gone all in.
And he's going to get called straight away because he's looking at the nuts.
And he gets called now.
The only thing we can see is that Pascal does hold a single heart in his hand, which could be telling should he get lucky enough. There's the deuce of clubs, so now the only option he has, if Queen drops on the river here, he will split the pot. He can't win it, he can only split it now.
The river cards have been very kind to Pascal Perrault lately.
But this one's only for a split, so let's see. Here we go. And it's the ace of clubs.
And he doesn't get it.
And so the balance of power now swings back towards Peter Gunnarsson.
And I think we asked, Peter Gunnarsson was thinking, what do I have to do to beat this guy? And that was what he had to do, was win a big one.
There we go, we can see the diminutive stack of Pascal, and what Mr. Gunnarsson needs to do now is to put the pressure straight back on him and say, okay, well, most of your stack's in jeopardy every time you make the play here now.
That's pretty close to 125.35.
That'll do. It's as close as we need to be. But let's see what Peter can do.
126.34.
And what he needs to do is find any sort of hand. That'll do. At least
Pocket fours.
Double or treble the big blind and see if he can catch Pascal now. Which is easy to call sitting in the box, but he's doing it. Pascal with the king three, yeah.
The king three likes to do that.
Well, he won't like it if he flops a 3 and that's what he decides to play it as. Obviously, if he flops a king, he'll be happy as Larry.
And he flopped a 3.
There it is. And now this
he's all in with the pair of threes.
Now he has probably pressed the suicide button. We'll see.
27,000.
Well, Peter Gunnarsson now sitting back in his chair, he's thinking, well, what has he flopped? He's called me raise and he's moved all in straight away. 2 overcards to his pair, which are 4s. Well, let's see how he reads it.
And when Pascal's had his back to the wall, he hasn't lost a showdown.
No, and he's probably banking on Peter throwing away here, I would think. Obviously, he doesn't know he's behind. He thinks, I've hit the flop and I'm going to go all in. But one time or other, Peter's going to have to call one of these all-ins and just bite his lips and say, OK, well, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm still in the match no matter what. And like I say, we'll let him make the call, but he's going to have to do it sooner or later. So he might as well do it wisely. Yeah, he's worked it out.
He calls.
He's decided he's going to have to do it, and he might as well try now. Pascal won't like it, and Peter won't like it until he sees Pascal's hand.
47 is right. 2 cards up. Pascal shows a pair of 3s. Peter shows a pair of 4s.
He says. And here we go again. Pascal needing to get lucky to stay in the match.
Head to head. Peter has only won twice. They've split 1 pot. Pascal has won 6, but the 2 big ones have been Peter Gunnarsson's. This one all or nothing for Pascal Perrault.
And now it is all or nothing. The 3 or a king on the river is badly needed for Pascal to stay in this, and he knows it now. He's up against it.
Okay.
Here it is.
And he's out.
It's a 6, and Pascal Perrault is gone.
Well done, Kerma.
It took 97 hands, but Pascal Perrault, the escape artist, has not been able to escape this time. Well played to both, but the winner is Peter Gunnarsson.
And here we are at the end of the first match of the quarterfinal rounds at the PartyPoker.com World Heads Up Poker Championship 2005, where Pascal Perrault has just been defeated in this round. Pascal, what an unbelievable roller coaster ride for you. In the 5th hand, down to only 1 big blind left. How do you feel? What a crazy ride for you.
First, I'm very tired because it was really a hard match. Peter played very well. I got not in this the 5th hand. I tried a bluff, and he called me, so I went down to this 1500. Then I came back and back and back, and then I passed him. And then on the flop comes a straight. I had to call. I had to bet it, and I'm out. That's the game.
In the beginning, I thought it was going to be a very short story because I had 99% of the chips in like maybe 5 hands, even less perhaps. It should have been over much sooner, but then I lost, every all-in possible, and he just came back and came back and came back. I think it was maybe the 7th all-in, kings versus ace-queen. Then we were almost up to even, and after that point I felt that I was losing the match. But there was a turning point. I flopped not straight against second nuts, and it went all in again, and this time I won.